Let the dead die beneath the draw. Grandma, do you know why the dead cry? 7-year-old Alex looked earnestly at his grandmother Maria, waiting for an answer. The woman flinched, not so much from the question itself, but from the word babunya. Only her eldest grandson Vanya, who had died shortly before Alex was born, called her that. Who told him? Probably Natalia, the boy's mother, who was Maria's daughter-in-law. The dead don't cry, the woman said quietly. They've already cried their own tears. No, they haven't, Alex exclaimed. They do cry, bitterly and bitterly. I heard it myself. Where did you hear it? She asked warily. Where? At the cemetery. Were you wandering there alone again? Maria furrowed her eyebrows. Granny, don't swear. The dead are harmless. I only pity them when they cry, sighed the boy. Today Aunt Lukerya sobbed in her voice. My heart ached with pity. The woman realized that he was talking about their neighbor, Lukerya Anikina, whom they had buried 3 months ago. So why doesn't she lie still? Maria asked her grandson. Surely she misses her daughter. She had only visited the deceased once all the time. Did Aunt Lukerya tell you that? The woman inquired incredulously. She did, Yelisey confirmed ingenuously. And Grandfather Grigory sobbed today, sadly, long. Why him? Maria was surprised. And his daughter goes to him, and his son does not forget. But his widow has remarried. Grandfather Grigory did not expect such a thing. So what should she do now? Bury herself alive or what? Rightly said the woman. That's right. I told him the same thing. I reminded him how she took care of him for 5 years. She deserved her happiness. She suffered. Maria listened to her grandson with interest and fear. It was not the first time he leads such conversations from which then goosebumps on the body, then the heart in the chest freezes, and only one question in her head, is it from God or from the devil? The woman remembered how hard Natalia's labor was. Her daughter-in-law suffered for 2 days, and when at last the midwife took the newborn in her arms, Maria did not hear the baby cry. The baby won't last till morning, said the midwife. He's too weak. In a word, he's not alive. Then she turned to the woman in labor. Don't even put him to the breast. It will be easier for you yourself. The daughter-in-law nodded tiredly. Natalia did not cry, and Maria did not find the strength to condemn her. It's the 2nd year of crop failure in the village. The winter is snowy, the summer is dry. There was a chance of famine, and her daughter-in-law and her son already had 3 children. A little less. Maria took the baby, wrapped it in a white diaper, similar to a shroud, crossed it and put it under the icons. For centuries her ancestors had done so. They put innocent souls to die under the images. The newborn lay almost motionless for 24 hours, only occasionally opening his blue eyes and immediately closing them again. Maria came to her grandson, touched his wet forehead, it was warm, and sighing, went away to do numerous household chores. At the end of the second 24 hours, the baby gave a loud cry, rolled up his arms and legs and smacked his lips. Mary bowed to the images, took her grandson in her arms, brought him to her daughter-in-law and said sternly, "Come on, feed him, he's hungry, poor thing, let's name him Alex." "What does it mean, protector?" Natalia took her son, put him to her breast, and the little one began to greedily drink mother's milk. Maria smiled at her memories. Well, of course he has it from God. How could it be otherwise? She looked fondly at her grandson, and asked an important question for her. "And your brother Vanechka is also crying bitterly in the grave? Why should he cry? I visit him every day. I talk to him. He asked me to call you Granny. He said you liked it. I also put strawberries on his grave because Vanya was very keen on strawberries," Alex shared with his grandmother. Maria brushed away a tear. She perfectly remembered how her eldest grandson loved to eat sweet berries right from the bush. Vanya dreamed of growing up, to go to the city to study, and to develop a special variety of strawberries, large in that it grew not in the forest but right in the vegetable garden. What a dreamer he was. I wonder if they'll ever develop such a berry. Vanya is good, he helps me, protects me like a real big brother. Elisha interrupted his grandmother's reminiscences. "So Vanya is your guardian angel?" "That's right," agreed the boy. Maria ran her hand through Eliseka's blonde hair and held him close to her. She felt happy. Vanechka is not crying, her grandson is doing well. "Grandma, can I go to the cemetery again tomorrow? When I'm there, the dead are not alone. They will be waiting for me. I can't let them down." Maria sighed. "Of course, it's not right to let them cry. And tell Vanechka that we all remember him and love him.